Charlie! Hey, Charlie!
Yes, Raymond? Well, what do you think? What's the problem here?
The age of this set. No matter what I do, you're only going to get one channel. I hate to say it, but I think you need to buy a new set. I know they're expensive, but...
Hey, one channel's enough. I'm not interested in a new TV. Yeah. If I want to see anything special, I can go next door to Mr. Hebner's. Hey, say, that picture doesn't look too bad. See, they're skiing. Isn't that Colorado? Beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, Charlie, that's Miami. They're water skiing.
Oh, I thought the background looked a little flat. Hello? Yeah, this is Charlie Layton. No, my sister isn't here right now, but I expect her any minute. Can I have her call you? Okay. All right.
Good morning, Charlie. Take this quick. I smell like a rolling delicatessen. Pastrami is definitely not my fragrance. Somehow it doesn't blend with Chanel, and I have an appointment later on.
If it's with an Italian, you're sure to make a sale.
Hello there, Raymond. It's nice to see you.
Well, good morning, Judy. It's nice seeing you, too. How are you in the real estate business?
Just fine, thank you. I see you've managed to get that old relic ready. Looks like bad weather somewhere.
Not bad weather, just a cheap chip set. I told Charlie he needs to buy a new one.
Oh, not now, Raymond, but hey, thanks a lot. I'll see you later.
Yeah, Florence tells me that the two of you are going out, now that she's finally over that bad cold. See you, Judy.
Goodbye, Raymond. Don't tell me you're still romancing his sister Florence so he'll do your repairs for free. Do you ever go out with a woman who doesn't have a brother, father, or uncle who will work for nothing? Also, must she be rich?
Hey, Florence is nice.
And closely resembles Harpo Marx. When she wears a wig. Otherwise, she could win a Kojak look-alike contest.
Forget about her looks. Hey, rumor has it she has investments, big investments, and I'm just the accountant. She needs to handle her money.
Speaking of money, you owe me $4.87 for the sandwiches.
Whoa, $4.87? I thought it was your treat today.
It is my treat, which means you pay me in cash. Hurry up, I have to go soon to a meeting.
No, you don't. Your office called, and the meeting is until 3 p.m.
There goes my entire afternoon. I wish I was on vacation like you. So what are you doing with next week off?
I haven't decided yet. Any suggestions?
From the looks of this place, you might consider a redecorating project. Honestly, Charlie, wouldn't it be more convenient if you moved into the thrift shops rather than hauling their inventory home? And don't give me those lies about these being Granny's treasures, like you tell everyone else. Your fingers must hurt from pinching those pennies. Why are you so tight?
Hey, I'm not tight. I'm just economical. I simply practice economy.
Well, I think you can stop practicing. Economy has reached a state of perfection here. Don't cry, but I'm going to turn up the heat. It's freezing in here, or haven't you noticed?
Too much heat isn't good for you.
Oh, that's why every sane person refuses to visit Hawaii and loll on the beach. By the way, I saw Shirley last week. She's been to Hawaii and has a great tan.
Let's not discuss my ex-wife, please. You wouldn't believe the bill her brother sent me for that dental work. And he didn't finish everything either. Take a look at that.
Well, maybe you should have stayed married to Shirley a while longer.
She left me, remember? And I wasn't going to sit in a dentist chair and let her brother put a drill in my mouth after that. I'm looking for a new dentist, not a new wife. You know, I'm single, and I intend to remain single. The single life is the good life. Whoever said two could live as cheaply as one was a poor accountant. And a real nut, too.
Brr, I give up, and I'm still cold. You must have been conceived in a snowstorm. Do you have anything hot to drink?
No coffee, but how about a cup of tea?
Fine, as long as you can assure me it's the maiden voyage in the cup for the tea bag. No reruns, please.
I only use a tea bag a few times.
Never mind. Just heat the water. You do have running water, don't you? These pretzels look good. Charlie, these aren't pretzels, they're rusty nails. What are rusty nails doing in this bowl besides rusting?
Yeah, those are rusty nails. Mr. Hebner gave them to me.
What a bonanza! What will you do with rusty nails? What would anyone do with rusty nails? When I see your boss, I'm going to ask him to give you a raise so you can afford fresh nails.
You leave Mr. Greystone alone. I'm up for a raise and a promotion at Greystone's department store. What do you think about that?
I think that's the reason you're a buddy of his son, Gerald.
Gerald likes me. After all, I'm going to be the best man at his wedding next week. Ugh, weddings. Gerald married to Miriam.
Well, what's wrong with Miriam? Except for the fact that she's crazy about Gerald. She seems to be a normal, sensible woman.
That normal, sensible one probably had a gun to Gerald's head to get him to propose. I have a feeling he's going to regret marrying her.
And I have a feeling your friendship with Gerald will go down the drain after the wedding. Miriam will be good for Gerald, even if she's not fond of you.
Hey, Miriam doesn't appreciate me.
But Mr. Greystone appreciates her. He's almost desperate in appreciation for her getting Gerald out of his home. Rumor has it that Mr. G is going to get a hair transplant, buy a condo, and generally live it up without Gerald under his roof.
Right you are, and I've reminded him that I'm the one who brought the happy couple together.
Some Cupid you are. Self-admiration is really your bag, brother. On the bag subject, I'm throwing this one away. Reckless me.
Can't you put it in a bowl?
The rusty nail bowl?
No, how about one over on the... Hello, Gerald. Come in. What's wrong?
It was dreadful. I did it. I don't know how, but I did it. Oh, she was so angry. It was dreadful, just dreadful.
Who was angry? What did you do? What's the matter?
Miriam Maxa was angry. It was dreadful.
Why was she angry? Calm down and sit down, or sit down and calm down.
Oh, Judy, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were here.
That's all right, Gerald. Should I leave?
No, don't go. I need to talk. I'm so upset. It was dreadful.
Hold it, don't say dreadful. Just explain.
I told Miriam the wedding is off.
But Gerald, the wedding is next week. What happened? How could you?
I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. But somehow, after talking with Charlie about life and marriage and all of those things, I started thinking more about it myself. Then, last night when I was discussing it with Miriam and asking her some questions and suggested that maybe we should wait, delay the wedding. Oh, I don't know, it was
If you say that word again...
Sorry, I'm sorry, but it was. Miriam was furious. We were talking, and then we were yelling at each other. I never yell. Then she broke a lamp, just threw it on the floor. A wedding gift, too. But it was that tacky thing her Aunt Ethelyn sent. Really tacky. So we couldn't have used it anyway. Had those funny little designs in it. And it wasn't even real brass. Just imitation. It almost looked like that lamp, Charlie.
Forget about the lamp. Is the wedding off?
I guess so. Yes. Oh.
What are you going to do? Call Miriam?
I'm calling Mr. Marvin. I put a deposit on a tuxedo for that wedding, and he might return my money.
Charlie, you are heartless. How can you think of that when Gerald is in a crisis, suffering?
I'll be suffering if I have to pay for a tuxedo when, hello there, Mr. Marvin. Yes, yes, yeah. This is Charlie Lane. How's Mrs. Marvin? And the little Marvins? Uh-huh. Listen, I won't be needing that tuxedo after all. Yeah, funny, they called off the wedding. Can I get my deposit back? Oh, what do you mean only part of it? Why not? Uh-huh. 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 Mm-hmm. Bye. If that isn't shoddy, he'll only return part of my deposit.
Well, Mr. Marvin sounds like your kind of pal. Money first.
Charlie, you were going to rent a tuxedo for my wedding? My wedding? A rented tuxedo? I thought you had one of your own. Tell you what, why don't you come down to the men's department at the store and let me fit you with one myself, properly. We have a marvelous inventory.
The wedding is off, remember? I won't be needing a tuxedo, thank you.
You might be needing one for the last rites, if Miriam finds you.
Don't be ridiculous, Judy. Miriam would not blame you for that. You didn't bring my name up in your little fight, did you, Gerald?
Why, yes, Charlie, your name was mentioned. That's when she broke the lamp, as a matter of fact. I don't think Miriam likes you very much. I told her you were my best friend.
What did she say?
It was so
Don't say that word again.
strange. That was it, strange. After she broke the lamp, she became very quiet. Very quiet. Didn't say a word. Just stood there glaring at me and pointing at the door. Oh, I hardly slept a wink last night. I kept thinking of her and about our new apartment. Oh, it looks splendid, you know. Miriam let me do all the decorating. The wallpaper.
Oh, fine, Gerald. Why don't you sit down and, hey, let me get you something to drink.
Oh, yes, my brother happens to have a tea bag on hold.
Tea? No. Do you have any champagne? I like to drink champagne when there's a crisis. Any year will do. It won't matter now the way I feel.
Well, I think Charlie ran out of champagne 3 years ago when he married Shirley. However, he probably still has an empty bottle around here if you'd like to hold one.
No champagne? First a rented tuxedo, and now no champagne? Well, maybe I'll just have a glass of water and some of these.
Oh, not those, Gerald. I promised to send them to Judy's kids. They're special treats. Her kids love them, don't they, Judy?
Oh, sure. Even our orthodontist gives them to our kids. It's his favorite gift for his patients.
Oh, never mind. There's some champagne at home. I'll have a few glasses, and then maybe I'll be able to break the bad news to Dad. Poor old fellow. This wedding meant a lot to him.
You know, right you are, Gerald. Now, I'm your best friend, so I don't think you should tell your dad about this just yet. You know that lovers' quarrels can be smoothed out. Let me see what I can do. You go home and relax, and hey, you can tell your dad later if you have to. I'll talk. Hey, listen, just let me help you, okay?
Oh, Charlie, do you really think you can fix everything? Oh, Judy, you must be proud to have such a fine brother. Thank you, Charlie.
Trust me.
All right.
I'll give you a call later, okay?
All right. Goodbye, Judy. By the way, Charlie, is your heating system broken? It's rather chilly in here.
Oh, that. Well, Judy doesn't like it too warm in here. She says it's bad for her health. I'll see you later.
I heard that. Blaming me for this meat locker, are you? You won't admit that you're too cheap to thaw out.
Let's forget about the weather. I've got to concentrate on Gerald and Miriam. You know, maybe Gerald could move away.
If there's any moving, I'm putting my bets on your packing. Like any place Miriam and Mr. Greystone can't find you. You once mentioned that it might be nice to live in Spain. What did you say to Gerald exactly?
Exactly, I don't recall. Anyway, he must have misunderstood.
You weren't speaking in English? Maybe you were talking to him in Spanish. That should be helpful for your future.
What in the world is it? I'm coming! Hello, Miriam. What are you doing here? What a surprise!
I bet it's a surprise, Charlie. Get out of the way.
Sure. Come in. What have you got there? Suitcases? Hey, listen, Gerald left here just a few minutes ago and told us about your tiny little spat. And hey, I want you to know I'll do everything I can to help. You don't have to leave town.
Oh, as usual, Charlie, you have trouble grasping a situation. Oh, hi, Judy. It's nice to see you. Judy, that's Laura Mae Hodges, my ex-maid of honor. Laura Mae, that's Judy Simpson. And this man, masquerading as a human, is her brother, Charlie Layton.
Oh, I'm just so pleased to meet you, sir. Is this where we're gonna be staying, Marion?
Wait a minute. What do you mean staying?
You can put the suitcases over there, Laura Mae. The rest of our things will be here later.
What things? Where are you going?
We're not going. We have arrived. I hate to say it, but this Salvation Army shrine is our destination.
Your destination?
Yes, Charlie, old best friend. If you happen to remember, I was to be married next week. The lease on my apartment is up, and I have spent the last 6 nights at a hotel waiting until I could move into a beautiful new apartment with Gerald as Mrs. Greystone.
So?
So thanks to your interference, my plans have changed. I'm sick of that hotel, and you are now gazing at your new roommates.
Roommates?
Yes, Charlie, dear. Until you find me a new apartment or a new husband, the 3 of us are together. Now, turn up the heat, won't you? I can't stand cold rooms. And what's for lunch? up for a shampoo. That shower is terminal, and I called a plumber to come and fix it.
Does Charlie know that the plumber's coming?
No, he loves surprises, too.
I don't think he liked the surprise of that new TV or any of the other things that you ordered. He's gonna have an awful lot of bills, isn't he?
Yes, he is. I have anything to do with it. Actually, Laura May, I'm saving Charlie money. Think what a decorator would charge him. So I'm not really too concerned about Charlie and his bills. He won't say a word as long as he thinks he can get Gerald and me to the altar. His job is at stake. Rather than a promotion, he might be sweeping floors for Mr. Greystone, and I will gladly buy the broom.
But Miriam, don't you want to marry Gerald?
I don't know if I want to marry anyone at this point. Oh, what am I saying? I'm beginning to sound like Charlie.
Miriam, pick up the phone and let's call Gerald maybe.
Oh, no maybe, no way, and no perhaps. Unless
what?
Well, Gerald can come to me when he can be sure he wants marriage and not an extended engagement. He's got to prove to me that he can make up his own mind. He'll have to show me I'm from Missouri.
You ain't from Missouri, Miriam. You're from Arkansas like me.
Well, Laura May, what I meant was... never mind. Don't you worry about me and my problems. I might be going back to Arkansas with you pretty soon. In the meantime, you stay here so Charlie won't chase the plumber away.
Okay, did you see my new earrings though? They're little guitars. And here's the ring you gave me for my birthday. But the green stone is getting loose, so I can't wear it anymore.
Well, I'll get it fixed for you. I'm gonna go now. Don't let Charlie touch that, though.
Don't let Charlie touch what?
The thermostat. I don't intend turning into a popsicle. And if it's cold when I come back, I'm ordering a new heater.
I'm ordering a new heater. Oh, my back. Sofas are for sitting, not for sleeping, in case anyone ever asked you, Laura May.
That's what Miriam says about your bed.
What?
She said that it must be good for sitting, not sleeping. She said she was going to tell you that they make mattresses without the lumps nowadays.
She didn't order a new mattress, did she?
No, but she tried some when we went shopping. Hey, you want to hear the new song I'm practicing?
How about a little later on, Laura May? Not that you don't play well. I'm sure that the Grand Ole Opry's waiting for you, but for now, why don't you read about those country singers and see how they made it. I'm gonna get a cup of tea and relax. I didn't sleep very well last night.
You don't look very well either. Did you have a bad dream, Charlie?
Yes, I did. I dreamt I was invaded by 2 women. And one of them couldn't decide if she was gonna send me to the poorhouse or the insane asylum. Bills kept flooding the mailbox in an endless stream.
Well, how did your dream end?
Well, I don't remember. I just woke up with this pain in my head.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is your headache gone now, Charlie?
One of them is. Tell me, Laura May, is Miriam beginning to be not so angry with me?
Well, she said she'd like to kill you. But I suppose that's better than I'll kill you, isn't it?
I suppose so. Thank goodness we aren't armed here and I don't have any weapons in this apartment.
Well, sure you do, Charlie. My pistol.
Your pistol? You have a gun? Where?
Here.
So put that away. What are you doing with the gun? Well, can you shoot it?
Sure, don't be afraid. It's not loaded. My daddy taught me how to target shoot at home. Watch this. He made me take karate, too. Yeah! Oh! Wow! I'm so sorry. Charlie, sit down over here. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It made me forget about my headache.
Charlie, look at these beautiful shiny earrings, Charlie.
I suppose so. Well, what's this ring? The one with the green stone.
Oh, it's my favorite. It was a birthday present. Do you like jewelry, Charlie?
No, but I've noticed that some women can't seem to live without it, especially if it's a ring attached to the nose of some man.
I'm really sorry.
Coming! Yeah?
Hola! I come fix your bedroom.
I beg your pardon? There must be some mistake here.
No mistake. You are Senor Layton. I am the plumber, and you have a very sick shower in your bedroom.
I didn't order a plumber.
But Miriam did. She ordered some plumbing done.
All right, come in, Dolores. I presume your last name is Lopez?
See, Lopez. Lopez. My brother Carlos couldn't come, so he sent me. In my family, we are all plumbers.
Fine. The bathroom's that way through the bedroom.
Gringos, hijo.
So now Miriam ordered a plumber. I'm gonna be bankrupt. Oh, Judy, thank goodness it's you.
And a warm hello to you, too. Hi, Laura May. Is Miriam here?
No, she went to the beauty shop. Why?
Because I have practically kidnapped Gerald. He's outside in the car, and he wants to talk with you, Charlie. He wouldn't come in if Miriam was here. So here's your chance for redeeming this situation. Show him how to grovel, I guess.
Oh, Judy, you're saving my life, my career, and my savings account. Let me think quick. Laura May, would you go down and bring Gerald up here, but do it slowly. I've got to come up with an idea.
Please. Who is that?
In a minute, Dolores.
Dolores. Do you have 3 women living with you now?
Dolores is a plumber. She's here to fix the shower. Now, let me think quick. What would make Gerald believe I've changed my mind about marriage?
Seeing you at the altar, maybe?
Don't be ridiculous. I don't happen to have a bride handy, or haven't you noticed? I don't have a bride. Maybe we'll try a fiancé. That's it, someone to pretend.
Senor Layton, I'm trying to show you something in here.
Dolores! I got it! Dolores, are you married?
No! I want to show you something
Never mind,
in here.
please. Please, call me Charlie.
Charlie, I want to show you
Dolores,
something in here about
Dolores,
these
I have a problem, a big problem.
I know. ¿Qué problema? I'm trying to show you these
No, you
people.
don't understand. In a few minutes, a very good friend of mine's going to come walking in that door. His sweetheart is broken-hearted, waiting to marry him, but he won't marry her unless he thinks I'm going to get married.
I don't understand.
Well, you don't have to understand. All you have to do is pretend to be engaged to me while he's here. What do you say?
Ay.
Just put this ring on. You don't have to say a word. It's very important. Think of that poor girl waiting to marry. Don't you want to help her? What do you say?
I say I work by the hour, and you are going to get a fat bill for these extra time. Chihuahua!
I won't be able to pay your bill unless you do this
What?
for me. And don't call me Senor Layton. Hey, call me Charlie. I think I hear him coming. Hello, Gerald. Good to see you, buddy. Come in, come in.
Hello, Charlie. I hate to bother you. Hello, Judy.
Why, you're not bothering us, Gerald. In fact, hey, I was just going to come and see you.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
I'm glad. I feel so alone and confused. You know, Dad's been sick with some sort of virus.
Well, I'm sorry to hear about that.
Yes. Then I had to tell him about the wedding. It hit him so hard. I had to hire a nurse, he felt so bad. Now he won't let me in his room. He won't let anyone in his room except that nurse. And I don't know what to think about her either.
Well, don't you like the nurse?
I do not. Bossy thing. And snippy, too. But Dad likes her. Can you imagine he calls her Dolly? So improper. Huh.
Well, isn't that her name?
No, her name is Mason. Irene Mason. He should call her Miss Mason, not even Irene.
Irene? That is the name of the new song I'm learning. It goes like this. And a one, and a two, and a 1, 2, 3. Good night.
Great, Nome, great! We'll listen to that later. I don't think Gerald wants to talk about music right now.
No, I want to. Oh, I beg your pardon. I didn't realize you had a guest. I'll leave.
No, that's what I was going to come and see you about. This is Dolores, my fiancée. Dolores, darling, I'd like you to meet my best friend in the whole world. Meet Mr. Gerald Greystone.
Hola, Senor Graston.
Your fiancé? But I thought you said marriage.
I must have given you the wrong impression, Gerald. We had to keep our engagement a secret, didn't we, Dolores?
A secret.
But she's the plum.
That's right, she is a plum. She's my plum and my fiancée. Now, Gerald, you see me with my fiancée. You can patch up your differences with your fiancé.
Maybe you could have a double ceremony.
Thanks, sis, but Dolores and I have our own plans. Aren't you going to congratulate us, Gerald?
Well, certainly, of course. Congratulations. My, what a surprise.
It sure is.
So you're engaged. My.
Yeah, take a look at the ring. It's an old family heirloom.
Mira.
A green stone. Well, you need to have it reset. It's loose.
Well, like I said, it's an old ring, a family heirloom. Now, Gerald, it's time for you to be firm with Miriam, isn't it? Get on with that wedding.
Do you think it'll be all right? Oh, she's not still mad at me, is she?
Oh, I'm sure she's over that by now. You know, Miriam and I have had a lot to say to each other lately.
That's true.
Hi, Judy. I forgot my keys.
Miriam, I'm so glad to see you.
Gerald, what are you doing here?
I'm congratulating Charlie and Dolores. Oh, it's wonderful.
Who's Dolores? What's wonderful?
That's Dolores. She and Charlie are going to get married. They've been engaged secretly. I misunderstood Charlie.
Oh, well, it seems that Charlie has a habit of being misunderstood.
Now, Miriam, sweet, just say hello to Dolores. We really are engaged. See that ring?
Oh, maybe Miriam doesn't want to see the ring, Charlie. She's seen rings before.
Oh, no. Let me see what the big spender bought. Oh, well, it is a nice ring. The stone is loose, though.
Well, like I told Gerald, it's an old ring, a family heirloom.
Yes, and right you are.
Hi.
And I know what family. Lorme, did you get Charlie that ring?
No.
I thought not. He just took it, didn't he? He just took it and put it on this girl's finger to make a fool out of you, Gerald. You still can't think for yourself. And you let him manipulate you. Oh, he is no more engaged than you and I.
Is that true? Yes, of course it is. I've been deceived, and I've lost Miriam forever. Oh, this is the end.
Charlie, your career just went out that door, and that's where I'm going too. I've got a headache from all of this.
Does everyone in your family get headaches, Charlie?
No, Burro. I suppose you want this ring back. Do you? You said we have other plans?
No, Dolores. You can just knock on the door and she'll let you come in to get your tools so you can come back. I'll be back, Laura May.
Well, you don't have to go, Charlie. I'll sing you a song and cheer you up. From this valley, they say you are going.
Play the pace game that they normally do. Push it at you, push it at you. It's important that it doesn't sit there. Why? Because if they stop the thought.
Oh, hi, Charlie. I thought you might be Judy. She's going to the music store to buy me some new guitar strings. Oh, hi, Judy. Did you get the strings for me?
I hope that's the kind you wanted.
I see.
Hello, Charlie. Is Miriam here?
Where else? But better here than on the town shopping again. She keeps charging everything and I can't stop her.
Yes, we know. Your wallet is in pain. Of course, you've got to admit the additions are an improvement. And I see it's stopped snowing in Miami.
These are just right, Judy. I don't know what's been happening to my guitar strings. Ever since I got here, they kept on breaking.
Oh, that, you know, a change in temperature and humidity and all that.
Oh. Yeah, well, I suppose it doesn't matter very much anymore. Miriam says we're going to be leaving. She's packing a few things right now.
What, leave? I was working on a wedding plan for them, a way to get them back together. What about my job and my promotion? Laurel May, put that away. I might be tempted to shoot myself. At least I still have Florence.
I wouldn't pin my hopes on dear old Florence. I saw her yesterday sporting some new turquoise earrings that Mr. Hebner gave her. He's been courting her while you've been busy with your harem.
Mr. Hebner, that old coot, he must have found out she owns this building. I mean, that sneaky buzzard taking advantage of Florence that way.
Unlike those we know and love, are you angling for free rent too?
You always misunderstand me. Couldn't you hold up with the slings and arrows for a minute and help me come up with an idea? Think.
Dang it, no matter what I do to this darn guitar, it just doesn't sound right. I need a new guitar, like the Red Lid hands.
What?
I said I need a new guitar.
I don't think you need a new guitar.
Charlie, did you ever hear a song called When You Died, I Knew I Loved You?
What? No.
I have an idea for you, Charlie.
All right. What is it?
Will you buy me a new guitar if it works?
I'm so desperate. I'll buy you the best.
No false promises. I'm a witness.
Laura May, if you can get me out of this, I'll buy you the best guitar in the whole music store. Honest, I promise it. What are you gonna do?
I can't tell you, Charlie. There's no time. Judy, you'll have to drive me and I'll tell you in the car. Charlie, you stay here. Don't let Miriam leave.
But
Whatever you do, don't let Miriam leave.
what she's...
Did I hear Laura May and Judy?
Yeah, they went to the music store to get more guitar strings.
More guitar strings? Oh, she's bought those every day. Say, you haven't been sabotaging those, have you?
Me? Oh, why would I do that?
Because you're mean and rotten.
No,
and...
Miriam.
Oh, don't now Miriam me. I wouldn't put anything past you after the little show we saw here yesterday. Meet my fiancé. Secretly engaged. Old family heirloom ring. Ha! Where is your little Spanish sweetie now? Getting measured for a wedding gown? Now I happen to have one of those never used. I wish she had hit you with a taco.
Hey! I was only trying to help, and hey, besides, Dolores and I left here on good terms, and that's what I'd like you and I to be, on good terms. How about a truce?
A truce? Open your ears, Charlie. The cannons are still firing. Boom! Boom! The war is not over. Look at my lips if you don't understand. No truce.
Okay, I Editor, here's the white flag. I give up.
Well, you can use the handkerchief to wipe off the grid. I am giving up trying to carry on a conversation with a moron. If I stay here and listen to you, I'm going to be as crazy as you are. I'm going out.
Out? You can't go out.
Well, then you go out.
But I don't want to go out.
Well, neither do I. But I'm not going back into the bedroom. Miser Mansion has limited space. So either you leave or I do. Now, which is it?
I'll tell you what here. I'll sit down right here, and I'll be very quiet, and you can do whatever you like.
Okay, goodbye.
No, I mean, wait, stop, Miriam. You can't go.
You're not letting me go. Get out of the way or I'll scream.
Wait a minute, I didn't want to tell you.
Tell me what?
We're, quarantined. That's it. Quarantined, yeah, you can't go.
Quarantine? For what?
Well, I didn't want to upset you, but, I've got this rash.
Rash?
Yeah, bad rash, terrible rash. I sent Laura May out for some medicine. Look, right here, and right here, and back.
Oh, don't do that! Wait a minute. I didn't see any rash, only hair.
Well, that's what it is. It's sort of a hair rash. Tiny bumps you can hardly see, but it's very infectious. You wouldn't want to catch it.
Well, how would I catch it? I wouldn't touch you on a bet. So what's the name of this bad rash, and where did you get it?
Well, that's the peculiar thing about it. No one seems to know where it comes from, but it's bad. It itches too.
Stop lying. I don't believe you have any rash. It's your head that needs attention.
Wait.
No more waiting and no more lies.
You get away from that door!
Charlie, where did you get that? What do you think you're doing? Now I know you're nuts.
Maybe I am, but you get away from that door and don't yell. I don't know much about guns, and this might go off. Now sit down over there.
Okay, Charlie. I'm sitting down. Now, please lower the gun. This is ridiculous. You're not going to shoot me, and you know it.
I don't know it. I tell you, Miriam, I'm a desperate man.
Now that I believe. Don't point that thing at me. Now that's better. Now listen, Charlie. I don't know if you're crazy or not, but I do know that you wouldn't deliberately shoot me. So I'm going to get up very slowly, and I'm going to go out this door.
Sit down! We're waiting and you're not going. You're right. I wouldn't shoot you, but I might shoot myself. Suicide has been on my mind lately.
Well, it's been on my mind, too. And it's a good thing I didn't have that gun, because murder was ranked side by side with suicide. And I'm going.
If you leave, I'm firing this gun, and the neighbors will come, and the police will come. It'll be all over the newspapers. Headlines. Man sharing apartment with two women. Shoots up apartment. How would you like to be part of that? I can see the story unfolding. Charles Layton, handsome man about town, started a shooting spree today when his old mistress and his young mistress threatened to leave the love nest. His old mistress is Miss Miriam Hodges, currently engaged to Mr. Gerald.
Oh, you wouldn't dare.
Huh?
Maybe yes and maybe no, but you want to take that chance now.
All right. I give up. But do I get a reason why we have to be here together?
We're waiting.
For what? Your rash medicine?
You'll see Laura May will be back soon.
What has Laura May got to do with this?
Well, I promised to buy her. Never mind. I think I hear him coming.
Oh, well, thank goodness. Now maybe I can get out of here.
Just stop, Miriam. Lie down on the sofa, quick.
What?
Just lay down and shut your eyes, please, Mary.
What's going on?
Don't ask any questions. Just do what she says.
I don't want to lie down. What is going on here? First Charlie goes nuts, and now the two of you do. I don't...
Miriam, if you don't lay down right now, I'm going to tell everyone that you dye your hair, that you have false teeth and false
Laura May! Now
and Dolly, I mean Miss Mason.
I thought Mr. Greystone was sick.
When you get a look at Miss Mason, you'll see why Mr. Greystone wants his nurse. Irene probably has a long-term contract by now.
Where is she? Where is she? Oh, Miriam! Oh, Miriam! Oh. Is she in the coma? Someone call an ambulance. I'll get the best doctors for you, dear.
Oh, what is going on? Where am I?
It's all right, Miriam. I'm here. I'll take care of you. I'll never let you go again. I'm sorry. Miss Mason, if you could let go of my father's hand, would you come and look at Miriam, please? Why doesn't someone come?
Miriam doesn't need an ambulance, Gerald.
Of course she does. Look at her. I don't know what's the matter with all of you. The woman I love is ill, and no one is doing anything.
Oh, Gerald, why are you here? I don't understand.
I understand, dear. I understand I must be the only person in this room with a heart. Don't worry. I love you, Miriam, dearest. And just as soon as you recover, we're going to be married.
I think Miriam is out of danger now. Don't you, Miss Mason?
Well, she doesn't have a fever. Her pulse is just fine, so I don't think there's anything wrong.
Something hit me. Oh, it must be one of those 24-hour viruses. Oh, Gerald. Laura May and I will walk her around the room. Charlie, give Gerald a glass of that champagne you've been hoarding. Quiet, Miriam. Let's just walk over here. You'll feel better.
Oh, what is going on? Why is Mr. Greystone and that nurse here? And why is Gerald?
Well, I told him you were sick, maybe even dying.
What? Now listen, Miriam. Laura May had Mr. Greystone bring Gerald here because Gerald thinks you're ill. Liza, can't you see how much he cares for you?
Oh, he was tricked into coming.
So what? He came, didn't he? And we all heard him say he was ready to marry you. What more do you want?
Well, I want him
You
to...
just want to be an old maid like Aunt Ethel, don't you? And you know what? If you don't marry Gerald, then I won't get my new guitar either.
Cheapo Charlie was so desperate, he promised her a new guitar if she could get you and Gerald together again.
Here, Miriam, drink this. You look better, doesn't she?
She's fine, Gerald. Well, Miriam, what'd you say?
Well, Gerald, did you mean what you said? That we'd get married now?
Why, of course, certainly.
Do you still have the marriage license?
Yes, right here. I kept hoping.
So we get married now? Today? Right now?
Today? But Miriam, what about our plans?
Oh, Gerald, either we get married now or never. Or never. Make up your mind.
Very well.
Shut up, Nate!
Certainly, Mr. Greystone.
Mr. Greystone, would you go with us now and be the best man? I know this is sudden.
Why, of course. I'd be delighted.
You will, Gerald.
I can't lose you again, Miriam.
Go ahead and leave. We'll meet you in an hour at the judge's office. Not you, Charlie. You've helped enough.
Oh, Judy, thank you.
Good old Gerald, good old Miriam.
What about good old Laura May? It was her idea, remember?
Sure. Cheers to the grand old Opry.
Now what?
Yeah, hello, Mr. Hebner. Yeah, this is Charlie Layton. Listen, you wouldn't believe what happened to me. Do you know of anybody who lost a pair of turquoise earrings? Yeah, I found them in my sofa cushions. You have no idea. Well, neither do I. Sorry to have bothered you. Bye-bye. That ought to cool off Romeo Hebner.
Charlie, you are a louse. Really. I thought you might have learned something from this latest episode of your meddling mouth.
I have. I've learned that Irene Mason is going to be the future Mrs. Greystone Sr., and of course, Miriam's going to be the future Mrs. Greystone Jr., and yours truly is not going to be relying on the Greystones for his financial future.
Which means?
Which means I'm going to propose to Florence.
What?
Yeah, I'm going to give that wonderful rich gal a call right now. Do you know that besides this building, she owns 4 more? Hello there, Florence. Yes, this is Charlie. Listen, I miss Charlie. Charlie Layton. Uh-huh, right. Yeah, I had a cold too. Listen, Snookums, I sure missed you. Of course I'm still your love chunks. You know I care about you.
that it's just not the actors.
I just want to say one word. It's really been fun producing and directing and staging what's really a world premiere. And there's two people I want to say something very special about that really super impressed me. First of all, we had a gentleman that took on the task of directing this play, and heretofore, I think the only thing he's directed is a Cessna 207 out of the airport. Never, or his wife. Anyway, he has never directed a play in his life. He took on a play that none of us knew anything about because it was a world premiere, and he showed tremendous guts and determination. And then, if that weren't enough, our lead in this play, Rick Schmidt, never has been on a stage in his life, not even a stage post. Both had the guts and the determination at the beginning, but the delightful surprise was how much talent, creativity, and tremendous ability they had. I think we've all enjoyed it, and we sure have too. Thanks.
Martha should be thanked for doing the makeup on these folks every night. You folks don't realize that about 6 o'clock for the last week, these people have been meeting here, putting on makeup for a week, and Martha's the one to help them out. Mr. Beardsley over here has been in every production. And I really don't think that theater in Nome would exist dangerous as it is if it weren't for George. And I know we started this play, rehearsing for it, trying out back in January, and it's been 2-3 nights a week for the last 3 months. A lot of work by everybody. We hope that you enjoyed it, because next year the prices are going up to $10 a head. Don't tear down.